Good morning, everyone. How are your faces? This is day 4. Well, the fourth full day in Ireland. We're just casually here, chilling, living. I'm admittedly still on a bit of a high from like last night or whatever. Um, but we have a fun-filled day ahead of us. We're about to have breakfast. I'm actually running a little late for that, but it's cool, it's fine. After that, we're taking a guided tour of Belfast, like the whole city. And then we're going to the Titanic Museum. And then I know there's one thing after that. We're visiting someplace. I cannot remember for the life of me. And then we perform our second concert tonight. Lots of cool stuff happening. It's going to be really, really cool and awesome once again. It's pretty much the entire vibe of this trip. So let's get started. Before we start, I did just kind of want to take a second to show you kind of the view that we have from our hotel room, as well as our actual hotel room. Pardon the mess. We did actually sleep in it and wake up. But yeah, no, this is kind of the kind of sitch we've been living in all week. I apologize for never showing you the other hotel room. This is our bathroom. We got the kind of hanging shower right there or whatever. It's very, very, very nice. We lucked out. We got very, very, very nice, fancy like hotels for this entire week. Really couldn't complain. So thanks, Bob Rogers. All right. We're actually running late now, so we gotta go do breakfast.
They were known as Queen's College at the start, and then of course it became a university in the 1880s. All I can say is when they first opened it, girls, just you remember, there was no way they were going to educate girls at university. So it was boys only to start with. And so there's the Europa Hotel on the left, and it still has there was a wonderful manager it had called Harper Brown, and he used to quite often lift the devices out in the morning. He'd come into the reception and he'd say, "Oh, for goodness sake, not another device." And he would lift it up. Opened for the sons of Presbyterian ministers, but of course that was when it was a very small building. Indeed, they were actually very free-thinking Presbyterians, unlike, I hope I don't tread on too many toes here, unlike many that followed them. They were very much in favour of Catholic emancipation, and in fact that school always did have an intake of Catholic children. The City Hall is the centre of Belfast today. This is our main street today, and these pieces of sculpture they're supposed to look like the prow of a ship, with the sails of the ships on them, and some of them name some of the great ships that were built in Belfast. The City Hall itself is built from Portland stone. I explained to you with very little natural stone in the city, but you'd be slightly more impressed with that when you realise that all the stone was brought from England on the back of a ship and brought up here. It's after some more dreadful and terrible things had happened. And they said, you know what, we've spent the last 20-25 years chucking everything we can at each other and it's going nowhere. And so they began the peace talks. The first peace talks were between nationalists and Republicans, both wanting the same thing, a united Ireland. The nationalists not being wedded to violence, whereas the Republicans, that eventually became Sinn Féin, by the way, they would have been more wedded to violence. He got their money. We discovered that the building wasn't solid enough to take a spire, so we stuck that needle on the top of it. And I have to say that some people like it and some people like me don't. It actually has an equal spike sticking down into the middle of the cathedral, right nearly near the altar, and I'm feeling someday it's going to drop and spear the minister to the ground. In France, it took Mr. Guggenheim and the unsinkable Molly Brown out. And then people like Charlie Chaplin and Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton and Marie Curie and a whole lot of famous people have sailed on that ship. So it's just a little ship, but it was built by the same men as built Titanic. And actually, if you're on it, it's got several of those gates. You remember seeing the gates in the film that people couldn't get past whenever this Titanic was sinking? Well, there are original gates on that. And when it first came in the city, we'll go up here and turn left. When we first got into this, it came into the city.
All right, we made it to the Titanic Museum. Let's go.
Grasslands of the interior of Australia, the best pasture country, and in the uplands of South Africa, the most valuable gold and diamond-bearing sectors. It is an empire.
Oh. Get me out of here!
Where we live, but nothing compared to this place. They put me to work in 4-1. That's what we called her. And you should be the largest passenger ship in the world. But we didn't call her Titanic then. I was there from the beginning. I watched the ship race play the keel blocks.
She departed Belfast for Southampton. She was preceded by a considerable weight of expectation. At Southampton, the White Star Line had already constructed a massive deep-water ocean dock, covering almost 16 acres. A national cruise line about several ships laid on the dock, and the prospect of the job recognized the nice design. On April 5th, Titanic was dressed in her single.
So that right there, that building right there, that's where they shoot Game of Thrones. I unfortunately didn't realize this until we were about to leave, so I'm a little sad now. All right, so that was the Titanic Museum. Lots of fun, really, really, really cool. And now we're about to check out City Hall in Belfast. So this is not part of the group or whatever. This is just us having a little bit of fun and free time. So we'll see what that's like.
Oh yeah.
So this right here is a room in City Hall that kind of showcases famous people from the area, including people in literature, art and music, such as Mr. Van Morrison. And my personal favorite, Mr. Sir Kenneth Branagh himself, just because phenomenal actor and yeah, just a lot of really cool, special people. This is really cool. Right. Here we go. We're going to jail. So sorry, it actually turned out we weren't allowed to take any video in there. So yeah, sorry, couldn't really break out the phone and record. But yeah, no, that was really fun, really cool, really, well, let me rephrase, it wasn't really fun. It was very informative and very interesting. And once again, another just learning experience of the culture and history of this beautiful country. Yeah, so now we're getting on the bus. We're gonna head out to the performance spot. We're gonna have dinner at the hotel we're performing at, and someone's gonna jump in the video. Yeah, never mind, they chickened out. Cool. So yeah, we'll keep going. Practice is gonna start real soon. Should be a good one. concert. You probably, yeah, you got a little glimpse of it in a second. That accordion player was incredible. Yeah, now I'm just kind of chilling in the room. We ended up getting back really late, so no one was really in the mood to go out. But it's fine. I had a crap ton of pounds I need to spend, so first of all, I've got a Coors Light from the vending machine, so it feels like I never left home. And then just got a whole bunch of snacks to potentially try out, one of which I know I'm going to like. And then, you know, just watching MasterChef on TV. So, good night so far. All right, roommate went to bed, so I'm going to film the outro out here in the hallway. Some of those snacks were good, some of them were not. Oh well, part of the experience. Yeah, today was good. Today was good. It's hard to believe we're actually almost done here already. Yeah, I'm going to miss this. I'm really going to miss this country. It's been absolutely incredible, amazing. I can't believe I got to do this, that I'm getting to do this. And yeah, I'm coming back as soon as I can. But first, I gotta go to bed because I gotta wake up stupid freaking early tomorrow. Alright, until next time, okay, see ya.